So we are here to build Igloo 2.0. I've got a fun sign over there. It's my plan for the year, my big idea. Yo, friend, I am fired up. I've been reunited with my prized possession. Kind of in disbelief here as I'm pulling out the tools to start this again. And let me tell you what we have planned in mind as I start to clear this area of the snow, because we've got some ice to harvest. We are going to be building an igloo out of ice. The last time I did this, I promised myself I would never do this again. Until my daughter, we were watching a quintessential moment in the life of a toddler. We were watching the movie Frozen. And in that opening scene, she saw the guys cutting ice blocks, and immediately she's like, Daddy, Daddy, that's like you making the igloo. And I was just like, oh my goodness, you're right, kiddo. And she knew that we had a trip to Sioux Lookout coming up, and she said, can we build an ice castle like Elsa? You know, I can't say no to my daughter, even though I definitely tried. I told her, you know, we're going later in the year this year, so the ice is gonna be way too thick, it's gonna be too hard. But then we got sent a video in the family group chat of people doing a polar plunge. And it turns out the ice took way longer to form this year, so it's not actually as thick as I was expecting it to be. And so my excuses ran out pretty quickly, and I genuinely started to get excited again because I feel like I have unfinished business from the last time I built one. I didn't really like how it went, and I learned so many lessons that I've always wondered, and I felt deep down I could do a better job if we did it again. The problem is our trip was coming up within a week when I decided this, and we're in an area of Canada where, you know, when you see those maps where it's like a population line and it says 90% of Canadians live beneath this line, and then there's just the rest of Canada? Well, we are in that rest of Canada, which is fantastic, Northern Ontario, but the problem is we can't easily ship things here on a timeline. So I was making some frantic last minute purchases, trying to just get anything together that would make this process easier. Chainsaw arrived yesterday. The modification I was trying to make is not gonna work. So it's 2 hours before our flight, and I'm out here modifying and drilling and cutting. I mean, I am packing 2 hours before we go. However, this time I actually am bringing things that will be helpful.
Yes, last time you totally just made it up on the fly.
Everyone kept suggesting last time, oh, you should like have ice hooks to lift things. Oh, you should have a longer chainsaw. Oh, you should have that. And I agreed with everyone. So this time we're bringing some stuff out with us. A little more last minute than I planned.
I'm curious to see how much of a difference it makes.
It might not make any difference.
I know, I'm curious. That's long.
This is the idea, buddy. I'm hoping it cuts up the ice.
Yeah.
So last time we only had a chainsaw that was this long, and that was not long enough.
Oh no.
Oh no. Daddy put this one on, which you're not supposed to do for cutting trees.
Oh.
But we're not cutting trees, are we, Amber?
Yeah, we're gonna get ice.
We're gonna cut ice.
You're not gonna get hurt, are ya?
No.
Okay, good.
You're not gonna put your hand on that sharp part when you're cutting ice.
You're totally right.
Yeah.
That would be so silly.
Yeah.
Should I pack now?
Yes, you should probably start packing.
That will go in there?
Go upside down.
Oh, yeah. I'm packing some swimming trunks. This is foreshadowing right here, foreshadowing. We're supposed to leave in 4 minutes. 4 minutes. Well,
3 duffels, chainsaw and all.
travel montage in 3,
2, 1, go.
you soon.
See you soon.
Kodak on the dashboard. Carolina Pirates, Georgia on my mind. Crossing state lines through the Gulf Shore. Or a gateway to the west, Colorado.
Who packed your backpack?
Me.
Did you do a good job? Do you want to trade bags?
All this madness behind us. There's no guarantee. We got everything we need.
Are you sure you know how to do this?
Yes.
While we're willing and able, gotta shoot your shot. Give it all you got. Laying all the cards on the table. Got a car, baby, be a road trip museum. Burn up all the gas in the tank. Put your money in the memory bank.
Love to see it.
Put your money in the memory bank.
As soon as you start cutting holes into the ice, water starts coming up on the surface, and all of these snow drifts end up getting saturated with water at the bottom, and they end up becoming essentially concrete barriers. They are immovable, it feels like. Once water starts mixing with the snow, it creates a ton of problems for clearing the snow further and getting new areas to harvest more ice blocks. And so I've been trying to strategize here. We cleared out way more of a starting area, and I hope I've cleared out enough. This is maybe 30 feet by 30 feet, and that's hopefully putting in the work to prep for this next step and make it go smoother. So I've spent most of the first half of today simply getting equipment down here and then shoveling some snow. Okay, so now we're gonna start cutting holes and harvesting some blocks. And I've got some new strategies this time. I've brought my mountaineering equipment because I have some ideas of how to get these blocks out of the lake in a way that is hopefully more efficient. That is the most crucial task at the start of this project. It's just getting blocks out of the lake in a way where then I can focus on building the structure. And I'm hoping to make a bunch of progress on that today and start getting some blocks harvested. Although I do have my new lucky hat with me, I wanted to start this build series at least with a frank discussion about what I'm about to do next and how dangerous that is. And that is cutting holes in the ice is something that people who live around ice do a lot of the time. And they're very aware of the risks that go along with it and also the factors and also how thick it should be before you go on it and how thick do you need to be before you start driving trucks on it. But some of you at home might not know some of those things. And if you do end up deciding to go out and do them, I am not the person who is going to inform you how to do that safest. But I think if you're going to start cutting holes in the ice, which is what we're building towards here, which is why I'm clearing the snow off the surface, there's some key factors that might make you feel more comfortable at home if you're watching this and are stressed out on my behalf. And also just like some common decency things that I won't have time to keep reiterating throughout. You're going to cut a hole in the ice, personal safety stuff first. You need to be comfortable with the idea of going into the lake. That's just something that you have to be comfortable with because there's a likelihood it could happen. And so if you're going to cut a big hole and not just an ice fishing hole, you're going to cut a big one, you've got to be comfortable with the idea of going in the lake. And that becomes more risky when you're just by yourself. So some factors here. I carry ice picks. So these are retractable ice spikes, end up becoming a method for slamming into the ice and pulling your body up onto the surface to safety. So that's one massive personal factor is how are you going to get yourself out of the water if you're in it. The ice should be over a foot thick right now. So we aren't dealing with ice that will break randomly in this spot. So in the unlikely circumstance where I fall into the holes that I'm about to cut in a way where I get pushed underneath the surface, I'm mentally preparing myself for the reality of let's open our eyes in the lake. Let's look up and see our big hole, because when it's a big hole cut in the ice and there's snow on the surface, where you've cut that hole will be your light at the end of the tunnel and swimming out. That is the reality. You might not be comfortable with that reality. That's a risk parameter that I'm okay with. You might perceive that as being reckless. Thank you for your concern. I'm not out here trying to end life early. The other layer on personal safety stuff, I've got Garmin inReaches with me. I've got radios to people that are nearby if I get to a situation where I might become hypothermic, because you've got 1 minute after you fall into frozen lake water of shock. You've got 10 minutes before you're hypothermic, and then you've got an hour before you're dead. So the 1-10-1 is very real. So the somber note to get through here is, yes, people do lose their life on frozen lakes, and people with lots of experience also do. Then the other factor aside from personal safety is other lake users. They might not know where you've cut holes in the ice, and so you very well should not just go into the middle of a lake and cut a hole. If you're going to do something like this, you need to respect other users of the frozen lakes. So what we've done is we've drilled markers into the perimeter, tree signposts, and locals around here know what that means. That means that don't come within that perimeter on the shoreline, because the people who are nearby are doing stuff. The idea of how to do this in my head is exciting, and I'm very much looking forward to seeing if it actually lines up with reality, because if it does, it will hopefully make my efficiency much improved.
You bend over and my jaw about hits the floor.
Cool. Water. That's step one. Here is our first cut of the project. I think this is about roughly a foot, which is great. That's a nice thickness to work with. Now that we've removed all this insulation from the surface of the ice, where we've removed snow, the ice will grow in thickness faster because it's not insulated by the warm blanket of snow. Throughout this project, I'm motivated to cut blocks as quickly as possible, because the thicker that they get much harder to work with. Let's see how this goes. Now I should be able to knock this free. Let's see how this goes. That was anticlimactic. Did I not cut all the way through? That should be it. Haha! Woo! Look at that. Big block of ice, baby. Nice. Nice. So we've got this guy. Okay, I just finished cutting out this block of ice, as you can see. Now comes the part of getting it out of the water. I'm gonna use that dinky little rope. That's my idea. I'm tired. Let's get these ice blocks out. Okay, it's getting cold. I've brought along some of my mountaineering equipment, and we are going to rig up a haul system to lift the block out. Man, tying knots with gloves kind of sucks. I bet you didn't expect you were gonna get technical ice climbing content in this Igloo build, did ya? Yeah. Okay, I've got a theory that this ice screw is going to be massively helpful. I really struggled lifting the blocks last time. It just is such, I mean, they're slippery ice. They're just really hard to hold on to. And I thought you could use like spiked log holders and stuff like that, but everything just tears up the ice and doesn't work. So most of the methods, if you use them, they like chip up the ice blocks, crack them. It's a disaster. I think this mountaineering ice screw that I use for crevasse rescue stuff is gonna be the ticket. My hopes might be a little too high. We're gonna find out right now if this is it. Let's do this. I'm actually gonna take out this block first before the big one because it's wedged in there. So this smaller block coming out is gonna be very helpful. And so let's see how this ice screw works. Oh, that's so fun. It's worth just buying an ice screw and making ice just to experience the joy of that right there. And now I'm going to haul this up with my chest harness here. Hopefully this idea works as good as it does in my brain. Oh yeah, that'll work. Okay. Get myself psyched. Okay, 1, 2. Oh yeah. Okay. Will it stay there? Yeah. Oh my goodness, this is heavy. Ha ha! That is a big piece of ice. Based off some napkin math, we're looking at 1 foot, 5, 6, I think this is almost 500-ish pounds of ice right here. This guy's a lot bigger. Oh no! Guess that's bound to happen, eh? That is the first of probably many heartbreaks to come. So I'm gonna do a big haul system off this block here, up to there with some pulleys, haul it on up. And if you're an astute observer, you may have noticed my sign in the background that's been added into the shot. That is going to become an important theme throughout this project. And that specifically is going to be important for later. There's actually a message on the lower half that I'm going to reveal in the next build episode. So that's a great reason to do the subscribe thing and stick around, because we're just getting started. Clearly there's so much work ahead. The make stuff kind of theme, and what I say at the end of every one of my videos is, life's better when you make stuff. And that's an incredibly important phrase to me, as someone who it's so easy to get caught up in my head and to overthink things and to struggle with perfectionism. This idea that if I'm stuck in my head, I mean, through any of the various ways that I procrastinate showing up in my life, either doom scrolling on my phone or just consuming endless amounts of noise, my best way through that is to just embrace reality and go and make something. That has always brought about good things in my life when I stop overthinking, when I stop coming up with excuses, when I use what I have available and I just go and make something. That makes life better. So if you want to be on board for that ride, that's kind of what we're all about here. This is one of my stickers here. I want to say massive thank you to our channel members. They help make these videos possible. I don't do a very good job of finding sponsors for videos like this. It's quite challenging. So usually these videos actually don't end up really making much money, which is fine because they're really fun to make. But the channel members are a big reason what makes this possible. So they get the inside scoop, they get the behind the scenes details before everyone else. And a cool thing that we're doing right now is that if you become a member at the correct tier, we will send you a Life's Better When You Make Stuff sticker. So if you want a nice reminder manifesto to keep around you in your life, to remind you to keep making, this is a really cool way to do that. And of course, I am so grateful for our members. I'm having an absolute blast. It is nice that today has been more of a moderate day. We've got some -30s coming up starting as early as tomorrow. So things are about to get a lot more difficult here, but that's okay. Let's celebrate the good weather while we have it, and let's get this big honking boy out of the lake. So we are going to put our haul rope through some progress capture action. It is progress capturing in the correct direction, which is always nice. I didn't think through enough how to get it up over this lip. Yeah, prize I haul. Okay, let's get some more line out then. Oh. Come on, leverage. Think heavy thoughts. Are we almost there? Come on. Okay, don't panic. This is fine. Oh my goodness, I can't feel my fingers. Ah! Oh, this is so awesome. Check this out. Okay, let's get this guy out of here. I should cut a ramp for the blocks to go up. I might have made too big of a block. I think I gotta cut it. Oh my goodness. This should work now. Almost fell in the hole there. That'd have been a nice cold way to finish the day. I just got the second block out. So we are looking at 1,000 pounds of ice right there, which is awesome. There's my hole, there's my ice. Today is significantly colder. Let's see how thick the ice got. Nice. How do you do the gritty? Less than 12 hours. That's kind of nuts. You think I can jump? That's pretty cool. Oh my goodness! It's like 2 inches thick! 3 inches! Are you seeing how thick this thing is? That is nuts! Oh, that's so cool. I accidentally splashed some water on myself and it instantly froze to my glasses. Holy smokes. Oh shit. How do I get it up? Oh my goodness, the surface is already frozen.
I stayed up all night, visions of you crossing mine, greener than your blonde blue eye. I hope I never say goodbye.
Well, my camera just turned off because it's so dang cold. It missed me, I'm sure it missed me hauling up this beautiful block of ice. Well, I might have gotten a little overzealous there with my block size. I was trying to get the monstrous one up on top, and I kind of just lost. I was trying to rotate it, and I lost it off the top, which is a bit of a bummer because I like the idea of this big stack. And you might be wondering, oh, what are you doing making this big stack? Don't you worry. This is all part of my workflow to hopefully optimize chopping up now the smaller pieces once they're all up here. There's a lot of reasons why dealing with the water in these temperatures is just a pain in the butt. It freezes on everything, freezes on the tools, makes it hard to measure consistently. And but this is why I'm putting the effort into getting a workflow going of getting the blocks to the surface. And so today's just a massive success. I'm thrilled to be deep in it. I'm pumped. And if you want a series of videos of other winter videos to watch in the meantime, I've got you covered. Go click in the corner to watch a playlist of my favorite winter videos. And if you want to see some of my documentaries, you can click down there. Thanks for following along. Send this video to a friend if you think someone might be interested in it. Very excited for the next episode. Very excited to keep building. Remember, life's better when you make stuff. Peace.